Introducing the Intuitive Hour. Awaken your inner voice with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, Michelle Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify the powers of your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm your host, Michelle Beltran, and this is the Intuitive Hour, Awaken Your Inner Voice. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Our topic is creating a sacred space, the importance of it, and how just exactly to go about doing this. So at one time or another, we all need a break from the outside world. A place we can visit to quiet our minds, to renew our energy, and a place where we can commune with the heavens and our soul, if we so choose. Some people prefer to go on a vacation or on a retreat to access this, or some prefer to go to a sacred location like a church or a cathedral or a temple. All of these things work, indeed, and they may suit you. When I'm feeling tense and disconnected, or when I need to meditate, I don't need to always go to a location that's far away. I can go to my own sacred space, located right in my home, dedicated to my spiritual work. Some weeks ago, I knew it was time to declutter my house once again. As I was walking from room to room, I was noticing how my life was spilling into other rooms. Papers on the kitchen table, books unread here and there, clothes that were no longer needed in my closets, and cabinets that needed to be cleared. I actually wrote about this in a newsletter not too long ago, that clearing things out of your life and home will in fact create new space for positive things to enter your life. Even though I might have clutter in other parts of my house, I always honor my meditation room. The energy in that sacred room, no matter what the rest of the house looks like, never changes. I keep it uncluttered and clean, and still retreat there often, whether it's for 5 minutes or an hour. When I'm in my sacred space, I can slip into a quiet mind space very quickly. This is because the energy of the room has been primed from hours and hours of meditating and doing spiritual work. It's almost as if the energy has a memory that stays within the room. You might notice this about your sacred space. Surely you've been in a home or a place where you could actually feel the energy. You may have felt nervous or irritated, or maybe it was a place that you couldn't wait to leave. There may also be places where you feel calm, serene, and even protected. It really all depends on who or what conditions have been in that place and for how long. My home may have some clutter sometimes, but most people love the vibe of the house, and just like I feel the vibe of my sacred space. So if this idea is resonating with you, then let's find a room or space that you can set aside just for you. This room will be dedicated for you to meditate, study, journal, or perhaps just a place where you can take a spiritual break and connect with your soul. There's no right or wrong. You'll create this for the purposes that you feel most necessary. But most importantly, this should be a room, should be a place where you're not disturbed when you need to retreat for your quiet time. You'll want to make sure you shut off the computer. Any emails, they can wait. Unplug from the phone. This is a place of total peace. And you might consider making an agreement with yourself, your higher self, and your left brain that you'll come back to all those daily ongoings when you're done being in your sacred space. Try to make this place clean and uncluttered. It helps to have your space be in a well-ventilated area or near a window. Letting in fresh air renews the energy. A comfortable chair and a small table are really all that's required. You might even like to have fresh flowers or plants. Aromatherapy is a wonderful modality. Essential oils can be very special and add to the energy of your sacred space. You might consider keeping the light low or burning a candle or some incense. If it's your preference, soft music is healing, therapeutic, and grounding. You might even consider setting up a personal altar in your sacred space. Whatever feels right to you, whatever resonates, whatever excites you, do it. By creating your own special area and using it for your quiet time, meditation, personal development, and so on, you'll slowly start to infuse the area with positive psychic energy, and it will take on its own feeling, one of warmth and peace, and so much more. When you find the space or the room you want to dedicate to you, then consider asking yourself, what would make this room sacred to me? Is this going to be a room or space dedicated just to you? Is it a place where you won't wear shoes? Does anyone else get to come and go? Is it a place where you will always honor yourself? Think of these questions. Begin to set some parameters of what will make this place sacred for you. Once you have your sacred space set up, I would highly encourage performing of a cleansing or a ritual as a means of honoring this very special place. This can be anything you wish, from burning sage to sending blessings to the four elements to saying prayers or blessing the room to align with your belief system. When you enter your sacred space, it should make you feel comfortable, protected, hopeful, inspired. Once you get into the practice of using this space for what it's intended for, you'll probably wonder why you didn't do this long ago. As we bring today's podcast to a close, I want to encourage you to use any of the suggestions and comments that were presented today. However, be creative and be mindful of doing whatever resonates with you. The most important thing is that you keep this space sacred. It's your room, and it is actually just an extension of you and your spirit. Thank you all so much for being with me today. I look forward to another hour with you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Intuitive Hour. If you're inspired to take your intuitive development to the next step, be sure to enroll in Michelle's newly released Kickstart Your Intuition e-course at michellebeltran.com.